I really think I was chose to do this. When I woke up, I just had this in my mind. So I said, let me put it down. Listen. Hey, they talk but they don't listen. They watch but they don't see.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is VVS Jules, baby. You're now tuned in to Regal Talk Only, and this is my new series to explain to y'all a little bit more about me, your boy, your host, the king, the god, VVS Jules. This is what we're going to do. I got 5 questions right here. Last week I had 5 questions. This week I got 5 questions. And I must admit, this week questions is a little bit more personal. I plan on making this where I have to edit less as possible. So therefore, you're going to get the truth and nothing but the truth, very compacted, so it may hit you in your head a little bit harder than what I expected to. So if I do hurt any feelings, charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm telling my story, and if you're part of it, hey, it is what it is. Create your own channel, your own platform, speak your side of it, or come on here and we can speak about it together and just let everybody, do what they do. Have fun with the information. Otherwise, you already know how that's going to go, man. We're going to get to the business, to minimize your time, and just tell the truth. These questions were sent in by more people that know me, right? So they heard the last one was more about music. Everything's pretty much based around music in my life and everything, but these questions are more centered around my life. Y'all ask questions, I must answer them. The name of this series is Allow Me to Reintroduce Myself. You have your questions in by Sunday every week, and I will answer your question somewhere along the line. Your question will be on the video, and I will answer it. So just stay tuned, stick with me, stay on my frequency, and we're just going to get to it, baby. Because one thing about VVS is I went to so many levels of life, and people just act like they don't remember the moments I've been having in life. They act like, like shit, I was never born. Some people act like they never went to high school with me, or some people act like they never sung in a group with me. Some people act like they never played basketball with me. Or like, damn, bro. I know I level up in life, but I'm still me. I'm just, with more knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm with more understanding. I'm having more these days, and it's all good. It's all good to come and talk to you, boy. It's all good to, let's sit down and smoke one of these. Let's have us a little drink or something. You know what I'm saying? If you need a coffee mug, hit your boy up. You know what I'm saying? In a minute, we'll be below. Getting everything together. I would talk y'all ass to death, as y'all know. Let's get it. So the first question I have here is, how did having a child affect my music career? Good and bad. Wow. So I must say this question, when I saw it, I was like, damn, they know me. Because I don't think I mentioned in the first one that I had a kid. And yeah, I have a kid. I have a daughter. She's 17-year-old, just turned 17 years old. I don't think she know I know, but I do know that she graduated this year. And I will unpack why I don't know as these questions go along. You see how I'm spilling my truth? You just got to ask the question if you want to know more. But we're going to stay on this question right here. How did having a child affect my music career? I'll give you the good. In a good way, it gave me more focus. It gave me more, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I have to win. This is why I need my money. This is why this contract better be right. Or this is why I'm going to kick you know what I'm saying? Like, it gave me more of that as an artist, as a songwriter, as a producer, as anything in this music business. Because of this music business, people will take advantage of you. So you got to make sure you look out for yourself so you can provide for your family the best way you know how. And being in this business, you just have to, what they say, closed mouths don't get fed. That's even if you got a contract. If you don't say nothing about it, if you don't audit and do all that type of stuff, you won't get your paper. You won't get your money. And that's just how it goes. So persevere. Ain't no quitting. You know what I mean? You got to figure it out. There's no quitting. No matter who may see anything negative about the moves or whatever, I feel like as long as my intent is good, you know what I'm saying, behind a lot of my actions, I'm good. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that same drive, that same passion, that same focus, a lot of people got cut by it. A lot of people got, you know, set by the wayside because I just had to move on. And here go the bad part. The bad part is just shit. As I got better, as I realized that I had to get better in certain areas of my music, whether it be writing, being an artist, stage performance, all that. Through each level, your personal relationships, they are affected. As far as my songwriting, I feel that my songwriting affected my my ex relationship. You know what I'm saying? With my ex wife, I do feel that way. Mainly because I went from just a regular person doing music to a person that, you know, had to really focus on writing and embellishing these songs to where people would like them. So I would have to use certain type of context to sell the song. And being in a relationship, a lot of time when you're writing and you're performing and doing all these things, it's hard to explain the context when you're in a relationship and you're talking about fucking somebody on a song. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I'm gonna try to cuss a minimum on here, but it is what it is. Hey, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just, as a storyteller, you have to embellish it enough to get people to be able to relate, right? So this is why sometimes, you know, you get a songwriter or you get an artist and people will say, damn, they dope, they dope, they dope. But as soon as they find out they didn't write the song, people stop liking the artist because people automatically want to connect with the artist. And so this was my thing. As I became a better writer, my relationships, my love relationships, my personal relationships, they just they sort of fell apart because the truth came out. You know what I mean? And everybody can't handle the truth, first of all, and everybody don't accept the truth the same way. And everybody don't, you know, everybody don't see things the same way. So when you speak your truth, you got to make sure that you know that the other person has their truth too, and you know, they can speak it too. And this is another reason why I'm creating this podcast, because I haven't been saying anything about my truth. I've always been putting it in the music. So nowadays it's all about people wanting to know you as a person in order to, you know, buy into your products or anything you got going. So now I'm coming into telling my own story. I'm not the type of man that talked about my problems and wallowed in it and shit like that. So a lot of people don't know a lot about me because I never talked about my problems. But everybody got them. And if you look out on the internet today, this is how people relate to each other uh, because they see that they're actually going through the same thing. So this is all part of, you know, learning that in my personal life actually helped me as being an artist. That's just kind of how it affected me in a good way. It affected me by giving me more focus, more drive, more commitment, more, and just, you know, being about my business, really. Being about my business. And the bad was just shit, you know, as I embellished my stories, you know, people just started taking things too for granted, uh, not knowing my, you know, my whole story. So they heard it in the song, or they heard how I felt in the song, or they thought I truly felt like that in the song, or truly did what I'm saying I'm doing in the song, shit like that. Or if I'm on stage and I didn't even mention that. If I'm on stage and I'm having to be a better artist, I got to entertain the women as an R&B singer. So there you have it. Those type of things cause, you know, they caused a whole bunch of fuck shit in my relationship. So I didn't get the chance to see my kid. Long story short, that led to me. That's the ultimate bad about that. In this question, I spent a lot of time away from my kid because I feel, this is my opinion. I feel because, you know, I did a lot of things in my younger years trying to be an artist that was not approved by my ex-wife, and she, you know, she did what she needed to do for her own confidence, safety, and security. So she left, you know, and moved away so far at the time to where I couldn't get to my kid. So yeah, that was the effect that having a kid had on my music. You know what I'm saying? It just made shit real. It made life happen. But to sum this part up, I'll say something that a producer in New York, my first producer, shout out to Dickie Bigger, man. He told me this, and I'll never forget, bro. And it just became real as a songwriter. So I'm gonna hand it down to other songwriters that may be watching this. He told me, man, you're a dope singer, you're a dope artist, but you're gonna be an even better writer once you go through more in life. And he told me that because I was in the booth and I was singing this song that I wrote, and it, I was putting the passion and everything in it, but my words weren't there. The words weren't connecting to, the listener, which was him behind the boards. And this man that wrote plenty of songs. Just look him up, Dinky Bigham. His daughter was named Yummy Bigham. Aretha Franklin is her godmother. What else? I want to say he produced one of my favorite songs of the 90s from the group Subway. That was from Chicago. The group Fire is one of my dope favorite songs from that group. But yeah, he produced that, and I just eventually started working with him later on in my career. So that's something else that was dope. I could have mentioned that last time. But yeah, there we have it. How did having a child affect my music career? Yeah, it just made shit real. It just made everything real, man. It just made everything real to me. Period. Next question. And I told you these gonna be some dope questions. And now I guess that led to this question. How did I bounce back after divorce? Took some time. A lot of time. How did I bounce back after divorce? I bounced back by putting myself all the way back at square one. Why do I say that? Because the only way I feel like to really fix a situation is to take it from the roots. You know what I'm saying? And I just had so much going on in my life to where I needed to take control of my life and just let her take everything and leave, and I just start over and figure it out. Because again, I started in a place where the thing inside of this skull, that motherfucker was at its lowest of information, knowledge of it. For a long period of time, all I knew was what I was told about the Bible. I didn't give a damn about schoolwork, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe sports and music and stuff like that, but I didn't care about like how to move life around, how to do college, nothing like. I ain't give a shit about none of that. Growing up in Louisiana, man, I was just happy to be alive, man. I was just happy to goddamn have gifts and talent to be able to, have some type of name for myself or whatever. But man, being from Louisiana, man, you don't be giving a shit about a lot of shit that everybody else be giving a shit about outside of Louisiana. That's just what it is. Because our main thing is, the bare minimums, eating, surviving, you know what I'm saying? Having a ride here and there, having clothes to wear to school, you know what I mean? I tell niggas all the time, shit, I had free lunch. I still remember my lunch card number, 026942. I don't know if y'all can use that now, but shit, if you can, fuck it. It's on me. It's free. Shit. But yeah, man, like, life was hard, tough for youngins. It still is, I'm pretty sure. It still is for youngins in Louisiana, man. We just grew up a different way. So with that being said, I knew that only way for me to fix my life was to go back down to ground zero. And I wasn't going back to Louisiana. It wasn't happening. So what I did was, we were here living in Atlanta, Georgia when she left, 2011. And when she left, she went back to New York with my daughter at first. Eventually they migrated back down to Florida. But that day when she left, me and my bags went to the shelter. That specific day, I went to the VA because I'm a veteran, military veteran. So I went to the VA and they pretty much they gave me vouchers, whatever I needed to eat or whatever. They showed me whatever shelters I could go to, whatever opportunities I had. How to get up from the bottom, basically. That's what they do. You know what I mean? Shit, so many people that went through that channel. I just chose to take myself as a human being, as a man that didn't come from much, but had so much to gain. I choose to take control of my life, so I chose to go through hell. I chose to go through hell. Nobody chose that for me. I chose that for me because I wanted control of my life. And if you're gonna get control of your life, how did they say Yahshua, Jesus, whatever you want to call that person? I'm gonna just say that. What did that person do to gain control of the souls that belong to God? It went down to hell and got the keys. Ain't that what it said? And that's exactly what I had to do. That's exactly what anyone would have to do. Anybody that can gain control of their life, they'll tell you that same type of story. It's going all different details. You know what I mean? Everybody like a fingerprint. But everybody gonna have that same, they went through hell to go to come up and have what they have if they got, more than they had coming up. So it's just a period. It's just some shit that you got to go through. That shit was hard. I'm just bouncing back. From 2011 to 2020, I chose to go the hard route. And from the hard route, it went a little something like this in a nutshell. She left. I went to the shelter. I was already doing music, writing songs for artists. Go back to the TJ situation in the last one. This is when that situation happened. This is why I went to that shelter. This is why TJ had to come get me, and I started writing for the Artist of Life because my wife had left. My kid gone with her. What am I doing? I'm not going back to Louisiana. Hell no. I might not ever make it back to Atlanta or this love if I go back to Louisiana. Hell no. People, go listen to Boosie. Go listen to everybody that's from. Go look at what happens to artists that go back home in Louisiana, or any artist that went back home. You feel me? Need I say more? I went to the motherfucking shelter. I called TJ, bro. I'll write the whole mixtape if you give me a place to crash. Woo 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 woo. He gave me a place to crash. If you go, I'm gonna leave that story for the last video. Y'all go watch the last video and y'all to get that story. So from there, I just worked my way up through the music. Started goddamn working, got me a little job. Started working overnight at Racetrack. That's where I met my main producer, and me and this nigga rocked out till now. You know what I'm saying? We still rocking. But those moments, doing the music, just staying busy. That producer I actually met, that we still rocking, he got me a gig after I got fired from the Racetrack. Shit, for shooting a video of that motherfucker at night. Long story short, with that motherfucker didn't give me a management position after a year. And I said, fuck that shit, man. I took out my motherfucking camera and just shot me a little mixtape music video in the store, just trying to speak about my grind, tell my story, even back then. I always been ahead of my game on shit like that. But it didn't stick. YouTube wasn't that big, nothing like that. So shit, I ended up getting fired without going bar, and had to go get another job. So I started working at Zaxby's, and that ended up another way. I got fired for eating chicken fingers on that. And shit, crazy part about that shit is, I'm trying to stick on this, but I'm giving y'all in between stories so y'all can have questions to ask. So basically what happened with that, man, is this cat, I would say, not the cat, but the guy that fired me, I'm just going to say that, he pissed me off because you not only firing me when I'm one of your best co-managers and doing all this here, but you got your mama working here and you own this store. You own like 3 or 4 of these motherfuckers. And, you fired me for some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically not stealing the chicken finger. I'm checking the chicken finger, but end up going in the back to check the chicken finger so my workers wouldn't see me eat the chicken finger. Because if they see me do it, what they gonna do? All right, common sense. So you fired me for making a common sense move. When you making a dumbass move by having your mama work at this damn place and you worth millions. And you should be having her work some damn wells. Long story short, shit, she should be cutting lettuce at the house, not at the damn stove. Anyway, that pissed me off, and so I ran my mouth, and a lot of times, like I told y'all last time, I run my mouth a lot of times, shit come true. You know what I'm saying? So I told that motherfucker, man, that shit you doing, you gonna get your motherfucking ass robbed. Doing all this energy you putting in this stove, you gonna get your ass robbed. And long story short, 2 weeks later, motherfuckers got robbed. Go find the detectives up in Cobb County. They'll tell your ass I ain't lying. Shit, motherfucker couldn't get me, couldn't get nothing. Look, you ain't got shit on me. I told the truth. You feel me? You ever heard of motherfucking psychic and all the other that? Look, shit real. Motherfucker, sometimes you just gotta believe in a higher power. And they didn't that day. And that's what happened, man. Shit. So left that motherfucking job. And luckily, my boy I've been working with producing and shit like that I met at the racetrack. He got me the job. We were stagehanding, setting up goddamn shows, conferences, conventions, whatever you can name that needed projector, a speaker, some music, some keyboards, and all that, and needed to be set up. We did that in Atlanta. All the shows, everything. The stadium right behind me. We even put the halo up in that bad boy. Yeah. Shout out to Ron for that. What up, Ron? I had to go into being a man versus being an artist. I had to go into life and get a real 9 to 5. I had to go get, real situations, from this stagehand situations. That took me, I went on the road, but that turned to something totally different. This is where my whole mental really changed, and I was able to free up my spirit because I ended up going on the road and living like a damn vagabond. For real. Motherfucking stagehand. Living in tents and underneath stages that we built. You know what I'm saying? Just look up stagehand life or pirate life or whatever. The people that build the stages, y'all be spending all these hundreds of dollars to go see these artists. The people that actually build the stage are called stagehands. A lot of times when y'all at the shows, these festivals, tens of thousands, they underneath the damn stage in tents, in hammocks, playing games, doing whatever the hell they do. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother world underneath that stage while the show going on. I learned that. All my life I wanted to be the guy on the stage, but ended up, falling so far back in life, I ended up having to, come all the way back up from a whole nother field. I say that because I ended up working my way up as a stagehand to being a stage rigger. We did OVO one time. This is what I'm trying to get to. We did OVO tour one time. And I found myself underneath the stage, but Drake ass is on top of the stage with Future performing. I quickly grabbed my damn phone, ran out and just filmed that situation. Because I just wanted to have a keepsake. But that shit blew my mind because I'm like, damn, all my life I worked to be the nigga on the stage. And here I am being the nigga building the stage from the rooter to the tutor. And now I'm watching the greatest artist on top of the stage that I built. Hey, man, they say in law of attraction, if you don't detail it, if you don't specify you want a Benz, you probably going to get a nice-ass Honda. You feel me? If you don't specify you want that big mansion, you know what I'm saying, with the marble countertops and floors and all that, with the pool. If you don't specify it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to fuck around and goddamn get in a situation where you can Airbnb a house like that. You feel what I'm trying to say? You're going to get it, but you may not get it how you want it if you don't specify what you're trying to manifest. With that being said, now we're here. I ended up getting back off. I ended up coming off the road I ended up going on the road, I would say, from 2015, somewhere around there, to 2017. After that, I ended up coming back to Atlanta, drove Uber, and from that situation, y'all gonna have to ask a lot of more questions because I ain't about to go into details about this. I ended up driving Uber for a whole year. 2016, going into 2017, I got myself back up, got my license back together. Goddamn, after not having them for 6 years. Goddamn, got me a car in January. 2016 Chrysler 200. Got the car. came to Atlanta just on a break and ran into one of my boys, and he told me he was driving Uber Eats, making goddamn $600-700 a week. Man, that's all I need to hear. My back was hurting on the road doing all that, driving around, doing all this. I'm like, man, look, I need to be back in Atlanta doing music. I just need a money hole. And the money hole was for Uber. Long story short, with that, I drove a few months. Ended up getting in an accident. Totaled that car. So I said, damn. I'm living with my homeboy at the time. I couldn't go on the road because I ain't got no car. So I had to goddamn figure a way to keep driving Uber to keep getting them ends to get another car. So I goddamn hire a car. I used that service, hire a car to get a car, and drove that shit for like 6-7 months, bro. Got me another car, Chrysler 300. So that was a 2010 Chrysler 300. And I said all that to say this because I drove that shit a year from that first accident. This time somebody hit me. They was in a way smaller car, a damn Ford Focus, and swiped me. And now it's a big ass 300. It's a big ass Chrysler 300. Motherfucking Ford Focus ran me off the road and flipped me over and did all kind of stuff. Long story short, at the time, man, shit, I'm driving Uber. Need I say more? I had a rider. I ended up having bad injuries and ended up having to sue him. Long story short, if you ever been through that type of situation, you know, yeah, you get some money, but that shit take a long time. So from the time that I was in my accident, July 2018, I'm tripping. That caused me to have spine surgery that November 2018. Had cervical spine surgery. I got 2 artificial discs in my neck now, with that being said. So I couldn't go back to doing the stagehand work, couldn't put on the harness no more, climb up. Had to give up my trade of being a rigger. My only option was to either go back to doing music or keep driving Uber. And because I had frontal surgery, I couldn't go right back into music. I had to sit out for a year and give it time to heal. So I literally stayed in my studio for about 2 years, 2019 and 2020. And that's when I end up bouncing back, because from the accident, July 2018, all the way to January 2020, I didn't get no check or nothing from that accident. So, but when I did get the check, I did something incredible with it. And I'm just going to let that pop up in the questions somewhere, because I know somebody know when they're going to send the question in and I'm going to answer it, and that's just going to make another episode, because that's not one of the questions. So I'm not going to go into that. So that's how I bounced back after my divorce. I gave up everything and I went from the rooter to the tutor, man. I went from the rooter to the tutor. I remember riding around here on a moped, man, going to work. Rain, sleet, or snow. You know what I mean? I remember I started my own credit fixing situation where I was helping people fix their credit on the road. Go to Facebook and type in "fix your own credit repair." Whole other thing. Really wasn't my field. It was just something that I learned, information that I learned to help myself to get up, and I just applied that same information to help other people get up. And you know, it wasn't something I was trying to do for the rest of my life. So no, I do not fix credit no more. I do not fix credit no more. Stop hitting me. Stop texting me. Again, trying to get up out the bottom. I didn't go to college. Don't come from nothing. I just got a brain and a love for knowledge, information, stuff like that. And that's how I get here. With that being said, and in 2020, I was able to apply all the things I ever learned, and they turned lucrative for me. You know what I mean? I knew how to work the stock market at the time that I needed to know it, when it dropped down to at its lowest. And I had to do a lot with my case, as far as learning my surgery, learning what lawyers do, learning what doctors do, learning what the shots were, learning what this was, learning what that was. You know what I'm saying? One of my good friends is a surgeon. I called him and told him, hey, at first he was like, don't do it, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man. That type of pain, me being this young, it wasn't no way. It wasn't no way. I tried to get the shots in my neck, got 6 of them. In my spine, I mean. 4 up here, 2 down here. At first, I didn't want the surgery. I thought they were just trying to get me to get the surgery so they can get some money. But they seen it before I seen it, and it just took me a while to accept, and I accepted and ended up getting the surgery. Long story short, I ain't want them fucked up. folk to cut on my neck. I sing, bro. Y'all got to know that. So that was a sacrifice that I had to make, though. You know what I'm saying? I got paid for my pain. And luckily, I was able to do something with the money that I got paid for my pain because I knew the stock market already. I already knew what to do. I was prepared to play. What they say, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Now, I ain't perfect, and I ain't ready in a lot of things. But in a lot of things, I am ready. And like I said, in 2020, I was able to apply all the things that, you know, my ex-wife, daddy, mama, sister, brother, cousin, friend, uncle, aunt, I don't give a damn. I must say, I talked a lot, I spoke a lot, I said a lot of things that were useful. Yeah, I may not have had the best, but I spoke some real shit though all my life. All my life. All my life. I was on some real talk. Yeah, you never could say that, you know, I was just talking some ish. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never waste my time just talking. It's coming from a good place. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wasting my energy. I'm not wasting my time. I got to say all this, turn on all these light bulbs stuff and just to talk. And then have to edit it down and give it to y'all. Hey, man, that's a lot for somebody just talking. I want to be heard. You know what I mean? So with that being said, redemption came 2020. After so many years, I want to say they ended up moving back here. Now, I didn't even know at first. I ended up finding out around my surgery time. I ended up seeing my daughter in 2020 after down there 4 years. You know what I'm saying? People don't know the shit, the trauma that a nigga had to go through to get here, boy. But with that being said, because I don't wear my feelings on my sleeves, because I'm not always talking about my problems, you know, people don't know what I done dealt with. People don't know how much things hurt. People don't know. They don't know. So they assume what people think. But when I know you are taking my words and twisting them and tangling them and mangling them, I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you. I'm not the one. I think that was probably the most intense question. Told y'all, man, these was gonna be thick, man. They're gonna be thick. If I didn't answer that all the way like you needed me to answer that, whoever asked that, holler at your boy. Comments below or some or in the DM. And we can have that conversation. Anybody that want to come sit here and have that conversation too, I'm always, you know, willing to talk. And like I said, this is Regal Talk only. You know, conversation that is fit for a king and a queen. So I'm always willing to do that, you know? Next question. What was life like on the road as a rigger? That lifestyle, period, is one that takes a lot of mental strength. I hate the cold. I hate the rain. I hate both of them together for sure. In Colorado, we had both of them together for sure. The whole damn near 2 weeks I was there, and we was sleeping in tents, man. Sleeping in tents to build these stages. Certain places in where we built stages, it wasn't like we didn't have we couldn't get to no hotel. They so far out, and we had to be up at a certain time to build these stages. So it ain't like these people had us just doing no dumb shit. It's just we was in rural areas, so it was a tent, a working tent situation where you sleep in the tent, you wake up, and you go out in the woods and build a fucking stage. That's another thing I realized. People with money do strange things with their money when it comes to the entertainment. I done built a stage all kind of places, man. Woo! Yes, that's a good question. What's the weirdest place I ever built a stage? Telluride, Colorado was the craziest place I ever built a stage. Why? It's like so many miles in, so many miles out one way. So you driving into this middle of the mountain place, middle of nowhere. You get there, ain't number of white people. Rich white people, houses stuck in the mountain. Like, they got a gondola that take you over the mountain to the other side where they live. Big old waterfall way in the distance. That's a beautiful place. It literally was 5 or 6 black people there the whole time I was there. And 4 of them worked with me. And they said 2 other black people lived or worked in the city or whatever. I was in the public bathroom washing my hands, and this young white boy came up and he looked at me like a damn ghost. He was like maybe 8, but it looked like he'd never seen no black people. And I kind of thought that's what it was. And I just looked at him and laughed. I was like, man, don't even worry about it. I know you probably never seen nobody like me, man. And just walked off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid, man. You can tell some places in this United States of America, they still ain't ready for black folk, or they still ain't had that rush of black people yet. Let's just say that. With that being said, life as a stagehand or a rigger was dope. You almost gotta go to YouTube and type in the life of a stagehand and just look at it, man, because it's no way I can explain it. You know, I didn't even know being a stagehand was a thing before that boy Ron told me it was a job. I was doing it all my life for people I knew, musicians I knew, setting up the band, setting up the drum, setting up the speakers. I didn't know it was a job till I moved to Atlanta and met my boy Ron. He was doing this stuff however long, and I started doing it and got paid for it, and it became a trade of mine. And I took it on the road, you know what I'm saying? Build the biggest stages for EDC, Electric Days at Carnival. Just look it up, EDC. I used to work for Insomniac, long story short, and James Thomas. And I used to work for Stage Cole, the people that built these overtime gyms. You know, I used to work for that company too. Shit, man, we just travel the world and build stages, man, but the lifestyle is just dope. You just got to be weird. I went to the highest peaks of the mountains. I've jumped off of 70-foot cliffs into water with my white boys. You know, I got white boys that probably don't like none of you niggas, but they love me. I'm just being real. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, so people are going to have to start getting along with things they don't like, period. And that's a lot of this stagehand stuff. You have to get along with people that you necessarily don't like. I'm always a leader in those type of realms because I'm ahead of the game with that. Even though I come from Louisiana, I've always been a people person because I grew up around people that wasn't my family. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, please do. I ask that y'all go look at the life of a stagehand. I want people to know about these people, stagehands and stage riggers and people like that. I think the world of entertainment should know about these people. They're the people that's setting up your entertainment, and you walk past them and don't even give a damn about them. Probably don't even speak to them, probably shit on them, probably think they bums, because a lot of them look like that. But these people are human, and they are making your dream come true, risking their life to make your dream come true within a week. We built the craziest stages within a week or 2 weeks. It take us, 2 weeks to build EDC stages, and it take us a few days to break it down. Next question. How long did I drive Uber? 2 years, a little less. You know what I'm saying? Next question. How did having surgery affect my music? Surgery affected me basically because it took me out of singing for damn near 6 months to a year, like I normally sing. And then nothing ever touched my nothing. I never been cut. Nobody ever put their hand, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I sing with power. I sing with force. So if you get cut through these muscles, then you gotta train. You gotta get the muscles back right. So most of your vocal muscles are back here. You know, you got vocal cords in here, but most of your vocal muscles are in the back of your neck when you sing like I sing. So I just had to wait for my muscles to retain strength again, so I can actually get back in the gym, start doing heavy weights, start doing running, all kind of stuff. Now I'm getting back in the swing of things. Been that way for about a year now. Yeah, that's pretty much how that affected me. It took a little bit of my falsetto range down because they had to cut on the inside and push them vocal cords over. So I don't really know the science behind all that, but yeah, it did a little damage. Didn't take me out the game, but it did a little damage. I think that's 5, y'all. Yeah, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had, how did having a child affect my music career? Good and bad. How did I bounce back after divorce? Then we had, what was life like as a stagehand rigger? Then we had, how long did I drive Uber? And then we had, how did surgery affect my music? Yeah, so I did all 5. I'll say I would like to add, how long did I drive Uber? I don't know how long to the date, but I know I drove 4,000 rides in a year. But that's a lot of rides in 1 year. Man, I love meeting people, and that's all I can say. I loved Uber. I'd fuck around and be a billionaire and probably would still drive Uber because I like meeting people that I probably never see again. You know what I'm saying? I just like having that little quick conversation and get it on. You know what I mean? And that was dope to me, real dope to me. I learned a lot. And make sure that y'all don't let moments go by in life to where when you meeting people, different walks of life, ask a question, man. Ask a question. You know what I'm saying? Find out something you don't know. You know what I mean? Learn something new from somebody that you know more. You know what I mean? Don't be egotistical. You know what I mean? Information is what will get your ass through this life, not your ego. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why people were here before you. Ask a question and find out something every day, man. Learn something new every day, what they say. So with all that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this segment. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I know it's been a while. This is what this is for. Get reacclimated to you by 2022, because 2023, I may be a whole nother entity, you feel me? Let me bring you up to speed. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop some new content. It'll hit you immediately too. Make sure you hit those links. I got my Regal Talk Only private group down there. I got my Linktree link down there with all my music content and everything like that. Just go in there and read what I got down there. Please do. I ain't writing for nothing. So I guess you ain't got to stick around no longer and prolong your hunger. Because I know that's probably what you eat, because I am. So let me get up out of here. Y'all already know how this go. Just tap in with me, man. Stay on the frequency. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything, man. Y'all know how this go, man. I got going on up here, man. That's why I smoke. To anybody that know, I try to slow my damn thoughts down. Big Virgo energy. Big Moon in Aquarius. Big Sagittarius rising, man. What's happening? Y'all know about all that. If you want to know about astrology, you need to ask a question, baby. So without further ado, I'ma holla at y'all. It's your boy VVS Jules checking out with Haggle. What's the name of it? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is VVS Jules, baby, and you are now tuning out of Regal Talk Only, baby. Yeah.
I really think I was chose to do this. When I woke up, I just had this in my mind. So I said, let me put it down. Listen. Hey, they talk but they don't listen. They watch but they don't see.